So shall we start now?
Only 1 minute. Only 1 minute.
Okay, sir.
Madam, now it is audible,
Good
madam.
afternoon, everyone. Now I welcome you all to the third session of Workshop Series 19 on the topic Best Practices during CIRP. Now I request Siva Prasad sir to start the session.
Okay. Thank you very much, madam. My voice is audible, madam. Hello.
It is audible.
Yes, sir. It's audible.
The PPT is also moving, sir.
Moving.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, today I will discuss. Yesterday, for the last two classes, pre-CIRP is nothing but a consultancy service. That scope is also there. Today, mediation or arbitration, all these things out of the court are gives good results. In the CIRP also, once the case is admitted, then the stakeholders are definitely 100% they are facing the problem. Either the financial creditor or the operational creditor or the corporate data. So that's why today, during CIRP process, what skills that are required for the professional, that is a resolution profession, what best practices that are adopted in other countries, what challenges are there, how to overcome that challenges, all these things I will discuss. Even though it is the concepts, everybody knows about the concept, but the management skills are very much required for the resolution profession. Managing the things during CIRP effectively and efficiently. Laziness, negligence, non-implementation of regulations, bypassing the code, take own decisions. All these things are not acceptable. Once the commencement date is started, countdown started. During CIRP, countdown started. First day 180, second day 179, third day 178, fourth day 170, like that. Even though 90th, 60, that is not a routine way. It is not a straight through process subject to The satisfaction subject to the case by case, the adjudicating authority will allow. But if at all anybody asked me, it is 180 days. If at all it is prolonged, the benefit will decrease. The benefit will decrease. So the time schedules are very, very important. That's why the resolution professionals should have the management skills, managing men, the workers or employees, managing the committee of creators, managing the top management, key managerial person, CFO, or the particularly marketing or HR, or managing the show, the total show of a CIRP, you have to manage. That's why today I will discuss during the best practices during a CIRP, the best practices. Sir, some people, they are giving a lot of importance. Why? Because they organized the things in a different manner when compared to others. Some CEOs, they are the icons, they are the role models. Not all CEOs. So, because their function is different. But whenever they are doing the function, the success rate is more. We can copy it. Then once we have copied that success role models, definitely our role will also gives good results. So the time management and planning, these are the two important aspects the profession should have. Once a time management and planning is there, both in professional life as well as personal life, it gives good results. You have to satisfy the profession, you have to satisfy the personal life also. The profession is for the personal life. So here, the strong planning, the time management skills are absolutely crucial for insolvency resolution professions. Strong planning. Planning means simply jot down on a piece of paper things to be done today. That is not. Even today, honestly speaking, whatever the best is there, I'm implementing time management and planning in personal as well as professional. The profession is governed by strict statutory deadlines. Why we should wait up to last day? Why not before? Suppose a valuation date is there. Why not on day one? You call the valuers. The company is in good condition, going concern, and you are admitted. You have first approached the bank and stopped the operations. You have asked the systems administrator to disable all the user ID password. Next process, you start what are the assets and liability, if at all instantly available with the help of a chief financial officer, CFO of the company. Start the valuation. There is whatever the deadlines, that is the upper cap. It doesn't mean on the day or 1 or 2 days before you should complete. No. Once day by day, if at all you are interacting with the various employees or officials of the company, whatever the information about the company is there, jot down on the book. It is useful for a preparation of information memoranda. The profession is governed by strict statutory deadlines. And effective time management is required. Time management, not only in the profession, even personal life also. Then only you are a complete man, complete professional. So a complete man or whatever woman, the time management planning is required, is essential for successful navigating the CIRP within the legal mandated time frame. Some of the people they are talking, 6 months is a very the less. How he will determine 6 months is very less? Daily 10 to 5 I should be there. If at all it is a going concern, I go there and hi, bye, come back means nothing will happen. Some resolution profession 10 to 5 they are sitting in the company and they are evaluating the various issues. Strictly deadlines, statutory deadlines. The IBC mandate CIRP must be generally completed a tight 1 day window. Correct? But in United States, they have given some leverage also. But in India, tight schedules. That's why too many CIRP is also dangerous. Allotted to one IP is a dangerous one. Suppose four cases are there. 4 cases are going concern. How you will manage? When you are interacting with the stakeholders, when you are interacting the workers and the production manager or marketing or personal or finance, where is the time? 10 to 5. So even one company to another company, the transit time on account of this traffic jams, it will take 1 hour. How it is possible to manage 4 companies? CEO means you are the real CEO. You should act as the CEO. With a potential extension of 330, 270, forget that one. In exceptional cases, subject to, it is not within your hand. Within your hand is only 180 days. Missing these deadlines can lead to legal complications. Once I delayed, legal complication. Delays and potential disciplinary action by IBBI. So I am the eyewitness in the court hall. The adjudicating authority blasted the resolution profession. Why you are dealing? What is nothing is there in that company? Why you are drag on again? After 6 months you are asking to extension of 90 days. Once there is nothing is there, why you are dragging on? If at all this is the case, then I will inform to the IBBA like that. In the presence of other IPs or RPs, he commented that should not arise. Once I completed, I will search for other the CIR. Even bankers, whoever is performing well, they will allot more cases. The message will reach to the top management also. Because I worked in the bank, that's why I'm telling. Even earlier also, advocates are there, empaneled advocates, who are disposing the case fast. He will get another case, another case, another case. Then the advocates, a lot of reputation is there. So if at all we handed over the case, he will the resolve that case or the complete the case within scheduled time. So that type of situation should arise. Managing complex procedures. Why you are calling as a professional? The complex situations are arise. Workers union, officers union, operational creators, they will talk harshly. And the marketing problem, and the finance problem, and I don't know the process exactly, and non-cooperation by the corporate data. In this vicious circle, I have to do the best to satisfy the stakeholders. The complex procedures are there. An IRP is responsible for numerous concurrent tasks, including taking control of the corporate data assets. It is not a joke. Resistance. The corporate data instigated some of the employees or the public, in that case also, you take the support of the NCLT. And verifying the creditor claims. Once I have given advertisement, wrong claims are received. Some claims without any proof. And all these things are cross-checked with the books of accounts. If at all simply, once I received a given acknowledgement and file it and put it in an Excel sheet, that is not the criteria. Appointing values. Sir, everywhere independent auditors, independent valuers. I have to give the information about the assets and other things. I should not tell you give the valuation like this, like that. No influence business. Whatever the true and fair position of the valuation, that is to be given by the valuer. Convening the committee of creditors meeting. Because the number of the corporate debtors are sitting without voting power, operational creditor more than 10% sitting without any voting power, and the financial creditors are also sitting and they are having their doubts, they are having their pressures from the top management of the banks. All these things they will rise. Once I am a knowledgeable person, definitely I can address all these questions. And inviting resolution plans to hand over this company to the with the safest hands. This company to be handed over in the safest hands, not wrong hands. Not wrong for the prospective resolution should not later on nobody should blame why you have given that resolution applicant, why not this person, he is an expert, he is earlier they default with the banks, the 29A proper verification. So all these things are to be implemented in a perfect manner, effectively and efficiently. Then only the professionalism is there. Planning is necessary to coordinate multifaceted activities effectively. Planning is required. What is the next? In my mind, the next activity, okay, valuation is over. What is the next puff transaction? What is the next information memorandum? What is the next the request for the expression of interest? What is that request for resolution plan? What is the next? Like that, the sequences, the process steps, you should be familiarized. Then only the CIRP is a successful project. As I told earlier, it is a project. Suppose to start a building, it is a project. The project should be timely completed. If at all normal commercial projects, if at all not completed, cost escalation. But in CIRP, if this project is not completed within the time schedule, the value of the asset will come down, thereby the ultimate sufferers are the stakeholders. The planning is necessary to coordinate the multifaceted activities efficiently. Stakeholders coordination. Even though he is 1% share cap, the voting right, we have to honor him in the COC. No, he is 75%. That's why always I am moving with the financial creator, secured financial, the financial creator who is having 75. You are not moving with 1%. You are not listening the whatever the information he is providing. That is not correct. Coordination from all the people. You have to get the coordination from COC, coordination from employees, or coordination from the workers, coordination from top management people, particularly the key managerial person, coordination from existing operational creator, and if at all it is a going concern, the new operational creator and the market regulators, even though IBC is a prevail over other acts. We have to honor HERA. We have to honor the government authorities. The efficient time management ensure all parties are engaged effectively and promptly. Effectively and promptly. Effectively and promptly. So, next, maintain credibility and trust. Once you are doing the best, your credibility in the market will increase. People will trust you like anything. And additional cases automatically it will come. You need not market for additional cases. The financial creator, he is a XYZ professional. He is the best pass. Whatever the critical areas are there, he will resolve. Demonstrating organized and timely progress builds trust with the creators. Listen. No, I am a wavering mind because a lot of issues are there in this company. So I don't spend any time to the operational creator or workers or employees. And now I don't have the time. If at all you take the briefcase and left the office means for what purpose? The financial creator appointed you as a IRP or RP? Or what purpose the NCLT appointed you as an IRP or RP? So, with the Kratos and adjudicating authority. Once the case is there, attend the case with full information. Don't raise postponement. Once the postponement means, sir, you please give me 1 month time or 2 months time or 15 days time. Why? Once you are having grip on the command on that particular company and the information, submit the same at the earliest, which is essentially for smooth and effective resolution process. The resolution process to be completed within the time schedule by satisfying all the stakeholders. In the essence, the IRP acts as a project manager. You are the CEO. You are the project manager of a CIRP for insolvency process. And their ability to plan and manage time directly impact on the success or failure of the resolution. That is within your hand. The planning is required. The time management is required. And following the code, rules, regulation, judicial pronouncements. If at all these things are there, you will become a complete man, that is a resolution profession. The success or failure depends upon the plan and time management. Initial period only, it will take some more time. Once it is on the track, the company, it is automatically moved based on your strategist thinking. Now coming to today also I will discuss about the best practices during CIRP-Part 1. Sir, are you getting my point? Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. You are very much audible, and
Yes,
we
sir.
are understanding each and every part of you.
Thank
You
you
are
very
very
much.
good.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Now coming to The CIRP and IBC 2000 designed a time-bound, creditor-driven framework aimed at maximizing the value of the asset, reviving the distressed entities. If at all, I also continue the company, defunct company as a defunct company, what is the difference between earlier management and me? There is no difference. Today, most of the IPs are having good knowledge and managerial skills. So that's why 15 years, those who work in any organization, they are eligible for appearing for the LIE examination, limited insolvency. 15 years managerial experience, 10 years CA or CMA or CS or advocates. So that's why reviving the distressed entities, some change should be inevitable. Otherwise, if at all the earlier company is downgraded further, then automatically on account of Mr. Prasad only further deteriorated, that blame I will receive. No, earlier defunct company, now it is on the track. This is on account of Mr. Prasad only. Like that, that management is very much required. The CIRP, particularly under IBC, operates stringent statutory timelines. Sir, once I received the order of that particular company, the day one, the insolvency commencement day. First of all, I go to that regulation last pages. The time schedules are there. The time schedules, whatever the event, T plus 1, T plus 2, T plus 10, T plus 14, T plus 47, like that, so many T's are there. Starting time, daily you, only one page, half page only, the time, that half page, daily you have a look. If at all any missings are there, definitely, immediately you can complete that tasks. So stringent statutory timelines are designed to maximize the value. Sir, if at all I have purchased one car, sir, I have not used it and simply keep it like that. Over a period of time, the salvage value of the car will minimal. Even though it is a new car, the car to be used, it should be in the running condition. And servicing, all these things are required. In the similar manner, the factory or the industry or the business, some servicing is required. That is servicing to be done by the resolution professional. That's why it is called going concern. It is not a liquidation. Starting is not a liquidation. Even liquidation also, earlier, it should be going concern. Now they have changed it in 2025 October, some regulations. Key aspects of CIRP timelines and value maximization. Once I followed the timelines before time, normally whenever I'm going to airport, so based on the traffic, based on the particular toll gate and the security check, all these things I will calculate, and 1 hour before I should reach to that particular gate, number zones. Some people, okay, airport from this place to airport, it is only 10 kilometers. 10 kilometers means if at all my car is a speed of 60 kilometers per hour, per hour, and 10 kilometers means 10 minutes. So if at all he started 10 minutes, 1 hour, 10 minutes, he may miss the flight also. So Value maximization. Once I am deferred, delayed, the value of the asset will decrease. So only land may appreciate. Land value may appreciate. Others are depreciated. Because the asset to be used, the depreciation is not only on account of a wear and tear. Non-usage of the machine is also equivalent to depreciation. Gold, if at all you are not used, it may appreciate. But plant and machinery or vehicles or whatever the buildings, if at all not used, the value will be. But once the preamble says maximization, and once I delayed, I am not following the preamble of the IBC. Statutory deadline. IBC initially mandates completion of 180, extension, all these things, including time taken for legal charges. Even 180, within 180 also, if at all any legal issues are there, I have to resolve the legal issues. I should complete it before 180. 180 is the upper cap. I should complete it before. Even 90 days. Why fast track is introduced? Why fast track is introduced? 90 plus 45. Because that is possible. That is possible. 90, 45, 135. But some people, 180, aram say, if at all you are doing, okay, you are comfortable. The company is not comfortable. The company value of the assets will deteriorate. If at all you are comfortable, your BP levels and all these things are under control. Because aram say, step by step. Time value of the money. On account of inflation, value of the money will decrease. On account of a time lapse, the some of the assets value will decrease. Some of the value of the assets will decrease on account of inflation. Today, rupee is not equivalent to rupee after 1 year on account of inflation. If inflation rate is around 60%, today 1 rupee is equivalent to 94 paisa after 1 year. The core philosophy of IBC emphasizes time is of the essence in the insolvency proceedings. Time. That's why next. The resolution professional thinker. What is the next activity? Next event. CIRP is a event management. All events to be completed and the baby should be handed over to the prospective resolution applicant. If at all time the time is not followed, then it will leads to so many problems. Delays lead to erosion of the corporate data's value, diminution of the value. The longer the company remains in the resolution process, the greater operational and financial distress. Today, technology obsolescence rate is increasing. Today, technology, tomorrow it is not there. Apple company, while manufacturing the mobile, every 3 months, they are 6 months, they are updating the technology in new versions. People are preferring the latest one, not the old one. Even in the plant and machinery, whether it is a manufacturing company, is a different company, textile or sugar or whatever the food processing center, whatever the industries are there, technology, fast development, innovations. Once innovations are there in the plant and machinery, this plant and machinery not useful, only the scrap value is there. So early the best. Delays lead to erosion of the corporate data, diminution of value. The longer the company remains in the resolution, greater operational and financial problems will come, which directly conflicts the goal of a value maximization for all stakeholders. If at all you delayed, creditors, sir, when I will get the funds? Employees, when I will get the salaries? When potential government, all potentially the government also. So, quick disposal by following the rules, regulations, and code is very much required. Role of the resolution professional. The RP is tasked with managing the debtors operations as a going concern during CIO. This is not a simple task. The statement may be 6 to 8 words. It is simple to read. But managing the corporate debtors entity, lot of challenges are there. Because one side, for me, that is IRP or RP, for me, knowledge gaps are there. I'm not a full-fledged knowledge in that particular company activity. And who is the suppliers? I don't know. Who is the buyers? I don't know. If at all any liquidity gap is there, who will provide? I don't know. Next, whether the workers are good productivity workers who are there, I don't know. What is the character conduct of the key manager person? I don't know. They must adhere the strict deadlines of various tasks. Verifying claims, appoint valuers, publishing information memoranda, and presenting the resolution plan to the all are fast and good. If at all slowly moving, problems will start. So everybody will wait for certain patience level is there. If at all patience is broken, nobody will tolerate. If at all we told operational creator, boss, wait, one more month. How many months, sir? So far, 12 months completed. Still, how many months I have to wait? No, it is not in my hand, boss. No, they don't listen. They don't know about the intricacies. They don't know about the functioning. All these things. Application of a project management techniques. You have to apply. The project management, the CIRP is a project. During CIRP, you have to apply the project management techniques. What are the various techniques? While IBC framework is strict and exploit the requirement for the resolution provision to apply specific project management methodologies like program evaluation review technique. The program evaluation PET. If you see the PET diagram, what is the first event, what is the next event? In the meantime, simultaneously we can complete some events also. Finally, we have to hand over the company to the prospective resolution applicants. Whatever the form HR, whatever is there, that is to be submitted. That network diagram, you see, even you need not draw the diagram also. At least you should have the sequence of the events. Parallelly, we can, even a construction of a building, once the building all floors are constructed, electricity will not start. No, first floor is over, electricity and other the whitewash and all these things are simultaneously, parallelly they are completing. No. First I have to complete that event. Then I will come down and electricity. After that I will come down. Then painting. After that the door and windows. No. Simultaneous tasks are also there in CIR. At a stretch, the simultaneous tasks. Critical path method. Sometimes tomorrow I have to hand over the project. But only one day. But to complete the project, the 2 days it will take. So we have to take additional manpower and complete the task to deliver the project tomorrow. So this type of critical paths are also there during our CIRP process. Handle them. And within statute itself not directly stipulated. Nowhere it is stipulated. So strategic thinking is very much required. However, the use of such tools align perfectly with the need of efficient project management. This CIRP management, project management to be completed. PET CPM are standard project management tools used to schedule, organize, and coordinate tasks within the project. You read some problems on PET and CPM. This is in mathematical quantitative techniques to complete the project management, particularly big projects. CIRP also project. Processes are there. Sequence is there. Directly, that project, once the company is constructed, then you are giving the key to the project authorities. And once your project is over, you have to hand over to the prospective resolution applicants. Resolution professional employ robust internal project management methodologies to meet these tight deadlines effectively. Nowhere it is written. Depending upon the situation, depending upon the case by case, depending upon the entity, you have to design. You have to articulate. You have to arrive the conclusion by taking the decisions effectively and efficiently. Applying these similar techniques helps resolution professional map out critical tasks, identify the potential bottlenecks, allocate resources efficiently, and proactively manage the timelines to ensure compliance of the IBC statutory requirements. So here, even though it is very easy for me to tell, but once in implementation also, you may face some problem, but the problems definitely we can arrive the solution for problems also once we are involved in that process. Once I am not involved in the process, definitely solutions will not arise. Whether it is a right solution or wrong solution also, once I fully involved in the CIRP process, then only I can arrive a conclusion. This is a solution like that. RPs must manage CIRP with extreme efficiency to comply with IBC's strict court enforced deadlines, as delays inherently destroy the value of the asset, fulfilling the strategies of the goal value maximum. Even some of the NCLTs, they're in the court hall itself, in the presence of others. No, at any cost, I'm giving only 10 days. Within the 10 days, that is to be completed. Had I been there in that particular position, immediately I will start the process. Suppose take, for example, I have taken particularly the allotment letter of the engagement letter of the CIRP from the NCLT. I visited NCLT. Immediately they have taken the consent and given that appointment letter to act as an IRP for one company. From there, I telephone to the news agencies, 4 news agencies, which are more circulation. One is the local language, second one is all India report. Please come to my office by 5 o'clock. Immediately from the court itself, NCLT premises itself, I told you public announcement papers, you fill it up, and immediately I WhatsApp they sent the PDF file also, and prepare that one by 5 o'clock. The news agent, the printer, the particular news agency people will come, and we have to give the agency for public announcement. I need not wait up to 3 days. 3 days means 72 hours. On the same day, that is to be completed. That is to be immediately. I told to my office staff, and please go to that particular bank because 1 week before only the NCLT people, we are going to give this company. Are you ready to handle or not? At that time only, I searched the ROC website. What is the history of the company and who is the bankers and all information as much as possible. Some information it is very difficult to collect it. I collected that one. Immediately, I told to the bank, you give it to the order to them and stop the operations. Straight away, I go to the company, not coming to the office. By 5 o'clock only, I have to visit to the office to give the public announcement. Before that, I straight away go to the company. And first, I will ask how many bank accounts are there. Immediately, I told to my staff member, please go to that bank and give this order. And I'm the first, in the meantime, stop the operations. Immediately, I will call the systems administrator, whether it is physical books are available or all are on the computer system. If computer system is there, how many users are there in the computer system? What is their user ID? And first disable. So that type of action is required to avert or to avoid the particular wrong things by the corporate debtors. Deadlines delay inherently destroy the value of the asset, fulfilling the goal maximization. Time management and planning during CIR. Particularly effective planning and time management crucial, meeting the insolvency 180 deadline, enable the extendable 90 or whatever it is there by ensuring strict adherence of the timeline. Proactive stakeholders coordination is required. Efficient information flow is required. Prompt decision making is required. Decision making is one of the important. Some of the people, whatever the papers earlier in my organization also, if at all anybody is entered into my cabin for signature, that is a decision making. Immediately I will ask them to sit. And what is this one? If at all I want to interact, then either yes or no. The file is also given to that official. Go there. Go there. So the effective planning and time management are crucial for meeting the IBC 180 days. The CIRP by ensuring strict adherence of timelines, proactive stakeholders coordination, all these things are required. Efficient information flow. Prompt decision making. Decision making is important. What is the decision making? Choosing the best among alternatives are called a decision making. Choosing the best, whether it is an official or personal also, decision making is important. Choosing the best among alternatives. Prompt decision making by the committee of creditors and minimizing delays, all to maximize. Why we are doing all these things? To maximize the asset value and facilitate quick revival or orderly liquidation, thereby preventing value erosion. Okay, if the company is not suitable for CIR, take the decision of liquidation immediately. No, 180 days they have given. Up to that, I will sit and I will enjoy. After that, I will take the liquid, the COC. I will get the signature of COC and liquidation process. At that time, 180 days, half year is over. Again, 12 months, liquidators time is there. Once this is not suitable, no industry, no machinery is there, no employees are not there, only land is there, or the rusted planted machinery is there, there is no question of going concern. There is no question of manpower and all these things, and no question to manufacture that. If at all you have to manufacture, you have to purchase a new machine. All these things are not possible. Immediately recommend for liquidation? No, they have given 180 days. I have to use 180 days. If that is the mindset, then timely completion will not happen. Key planning and time management strategies for CIRP. Detailed project plan. First, you understand the first process to last process. Revision. Once again, read. Milestone mapping. Break down 180 days into key phases. IRP appointment, inviting expression of interest, due diligence, plan approval, and assign realistic timelines to each. So based on the company, day one, you will get some fair idea, not a detailed idea, rough idea, you will get it. Prepare the plan. So before that, this is to be completed, that is to be completed, that is to be completed. Critical path analysis. Whatever the critical areas are, they deploy additional manpower. If the company is in going concern, take the assistance of others and identify the interdependent tasks and bottlenecks like NCLT approval and COC meetings. Because you are only the administrator, you are only the facilitator. Even though you are designated as a CEO, only certain areas under purview, most of the areas either with NCLT or COC. That if delayed will impact overall timelines. Delayed overall impact. Committee of creators. Proactive stakeholders management. Establish a clear communication protocols and perhaps the code of conduct to ensure timely decision making and approvals, avoiding procedural delays. Today also, the IBBI is thinking about a code of conduct for COC. So whoever is the COC members are attending, they don't have the powers. That's why even IBBA also, they wrote letters to the top management of the company. Whenever you are deploying the people for attending COC, they should have adequate powers to sign on that particular the minutes and other things. No, sir, it is not in my power, sir. My power is a GM or my delegation of powers. I will check up and I will come back to you. When he will come back, by that time 180 days will go. 180 days will complete. Establish a clear communication protocols and perhaps the code of conduct to ensure timely decision making and approvals, avoiding procedural delays. Resolution applicants. Manage a request for resolution process efficiently to attract a series of a bid quickly. Sir, simply providing the information memorandum is not the criteria. You have to highlight your product. Sir, whenever we are going for market, the marketing people, they are selling the product with different strategies. Even gold shops, if at all you are going to gold shop, first they will offer water bottle, followed by coffee, and there the customer stick on to that particular shop. These are two events. So here also you have to hand over the company, because whatever the true and fair and correct information about the company, all are to be revealed properly in a structured manner. Then number of resolution plans will increase. Whoever is offering good amount and the COC is satisfied, they will approve. I'm the only the facilitator. I'm only the facilitator. So manage a request for resolution process efficiently to act the serious bits quickly. Efficient information management and asset management. Sir, information in toto. Suppose that the product is only one product in the market. That entity is as good as a monopoly, but some problem is there, liquidity problem. The company is unable to pay the amount to the financial creditor. That's why financial creditor filed the application. It doesn't mean that a company is a useless company. The company is a unique company. This type of products in that particular state, nobody is manufacturing. Example, highlight that one. And the information memoranda. Information memoranda is called marketing brochure. Whenever they are giving marketing brochure, the features of the product they will give. About the company profile, you give the detailed profile. Suppose the company is last year incipient sickness only. Incipient means early sickness. Definitely the machinery is a new one. Mention that one. This is only 1 year age. That is a brand new, that too latest technology mission. Then automatically the price quoted by the prospective resolution applicants will increase. And efficient information. Leverage the data of information quickly to access the data's financial health. Had I been there, definitely I will get the full information about the data from the IU. Or if at all I paid only 2,000 or 1,000 rupees, commercial civil reports will come about the data. Because once the companies are availing various loans with various financial institutions, definitely all are recorded in commercial civil Credit Information Bureau of India Limited. Today, the Reserve Bank of India also instructed all the credit rating agency on every week you have to update the latest information. Earlier, 3 months, 4 months, they used to update the customer's loan profile. Today, every 7 days. In the future, real time may also possible. Once the servers are connected through application program interface to the CIBIL or CRIF Highmark, Equifax for credit rating agencies, the credit not rating agencies, credit score companies, CIBIL, the CRIF Highmark and Equifax, etc. Information memoranda prepare and disseminate containing the crucial information promptly to the resolution applicants. Whenever I am purchasing a product, I will go through the total information memoranda. If that information memoranda is a partial information is there, then my decision making blocks will come. I may not take an instant decision. Sometimes some people they will approach the companies the products. If the product features are one by one by enlightened, immediately pack it and send it, and they will give the swiping card to pay the amount. Asset valuation. Start valuation process early to avoid delays. Why last, why the deadline dates? Why not on the second day or third day if the full information is available? Avoid delays as it impacts the quality of the resolution plan. He will take his own time. If at all the company is having a number of branches, he has to collect the data. And international valuation standards, whoever is good and independent, and whatever the assets are, these valuation reports are to be cross-checked with the banker's valuation report. The financial creditor, whenever they are filing a case with NCLT, before that, they will bank guidelines clearly states once the account turn into non-performing, first take the valuation report. Compare that valuation with your valuer. If at a lot of aberrations are there, ask the valuer. But don't share this valuation report to the valuer. Otherwise, some other valuers simply copy that one. So, as it impacts the quality of the resolution. Preemptive approvals, anticipatory regulatory approvals like a SEBI, RBI, NCLT, and file application well in advance. Suppose I take, for example, listed company is there. Whatever the listed companies are there, they have to follow some guidelines with regard to SEBI. And preemptive approval, anticipate regulatory approvals and file the application well in advance. So this they may ask, why not produce now itself? This later on they will ask, now itself you submit that one. Thereby the time lag will reduce. Digital platforms use centralized reporters, digital tools to streamline the document sharing and communications. Actually, I received a particularly order, the PDF file. Immediately the PDF file, it is in my WhatsApp. Immediately I will send the PDF file to my staff members. Staff members immediately I asked, you extract the ROC website and whatever the information about the company, you take the PDF files or printouts like that, ready for it. Or if at all the company name and other things are there and others are available, then you go to that particular the CIBIL and get the information. Commercial CIBIL. And even directors, if at all guarantee is there, even individual CIBIL also, the directors CIBIL. Take all these are useful at an appropriate time to complete my CIRP project. Preservation. Suppose the asset is under one shed, but a shed is not good. And if at all rain is coming, it will fall on the plant and machinery. And plant and machinery, the problem will arise. To avoid that one, asset preservation is also very, very important. Whatever the stock is there in the stores, that is to be preserved against theft. And whatever the assets are there, immediately renew the particular insurance policies. If at all insurance policies are going to be expired, whatever the vehicles of the company is there, renew the comprehensive insurance, third party and own damage. The insolvency professional manages asset to maintain their value, which requires quick action and clear direction from the COC. No, that assets, okay, leave it like, So first you go around the particular company. What are the various department? What are the locations? What are the stores? What are the plant? Where the plant and machine is located? Which department? What is the first? The initial visit. You have to visit to all the departments, interact with the people, and tell about 2 or 3 sentences. Or assemble all the people in one place and tell you are going to now onwards you are going to handle the company because as per the NCLT order I was appointed as an IRP. Now the board of directors are not having any powers. Like that, a few sentences you tell, then the message or communication will percolate to all the people. Quick resolution, the time bound nature, the encourages of faster decisions, leading to quick asset realization, preventing distress further. Quick decision is very much wrong. If at all anybody asked me and come to my desk and ask some, discuss some issue and ask my decision, immediately on the next minute I will give the decision subject to get the full information about that issue. No, you keep it on my table. The 2 days after you come means you are doing the delay in communication. By meticulously planning each step, managing interaction with the creators and applicants, and proactively resolve issues, the resolution professional and stakeholders can navigate the complex CARP effectively, increasing the chances of completing within the mandatory period of 180 days or extension 270 days time frame, as emphasized by the Supreme Court of India in SR Steels. This is not my own words. It is not my own words. The Honorable Supreme Court of India in SR Steels, they told, by meticulously planning each step, managing interaction with the creators and applicants, and proactively resolving the issues, the resolution professional and stakeholder can navigate the complex CIRP effectively, increasing the chances of completing the process within the mandated period of 180 or extension of 270 time frame, as emphasized by Honorable Supreme Court of India in cases like SR Steel. So here, because almost all people, we are almost all professions, we are having good communication skills, managerial, etc. Now coming to planning and time management are critical to completing the CIRP within 180 window, 180 days window. Under section 12 of the IBC, process must be ideally concluded 180 to prevent the asset erosion and ensure timely return. Even section 12 also clearly told, complete at the earliest. 180 is the upper time, the deadline. You should not wait up to the 180 days. The quick, the timely resolution by fulfilling all the conditions, that is the art as well as a science to be followed by the resolution professions. Adherence to the IBBA model timeline. Sir, are you able to listen, sir? Sir, am I audible?
Audible, sir.
Okay. Adherence to the IBBA model timeline. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India provide model time in Regulation 40A which acts as a blueprint for planning. The key planning milestones are 0 to 14, appointment of IRP and verification of claims. 23 to 30, constitution of first COC to appoint a resolution profession. 75 to 105, issuance of expression of interest and invitation of the resolution plan. By 150, day 150, the resolution applicant should aim to submit the resolution plan to RP, to the RP, to allow time to COC to evaluation before 180 days of the deadline. So once or twice you go through that the particular time schedules. Strategic management by the resolution. Strategies are compulsory. Without strategies, it is very difficult to complete the task within the scheduled time. So strategic management is very much required. Strategy. The RP acts as a central coordinator, managing day-to-day affairs to ensure the process remains focused and transparent. You are the central coordinator to the various stakeholders. And your decision-making authority is COC, and judiciary authority is the NCLT. Early intervention. Professionals are encouraged to file the resolution plan fast track basis rather than waiting 180 days to approach. Fast track approach is required. Today, on account of technology, fast track is possible. Fast track, the AI tools, artificial intelligence tools, it is possible. Information memoranda, timely preparation of information within 2 weeks of appointment is essential for prospective bidders to assess the assets quickly. Complete. All are to be assembled and complete the process. In my personal opinion, 180 is a high side. The medium-sized companies. 190 or 120 is sufficient. But if at all the IRP is having 4 or 5 cases, that to CIRP it is not possible. It has to give balanced attention to 4 or 5 units. Disciplined decision making by the COC. Disciplined decision making by COC. Effective time management by COC is vital. Even COC also. They should not they should not delay. No. Next meeting we will finalize. After that, we will some people they will tell, my boss will tell, we will communicate to you. This type of wordings not acceptable. As they must a commercial decision regarding the viability of the data. Commercial finality. Prompt evaluation and voting on the resolution plan prevent the unviable company from lingering in insolvency. Prompt evaluation and voting on the resolution plans prevent unviable company from the lingering of insolvency. That is possible. Today, earlier, the SIC industries are also rehabilitated through Board for Industrial Finance Reconstruction. Under SICA Act, SIC Industries Companies Act. Extension planning. If the resolution plan cannot be met 180, the COC can proactively pass a resolution requiring 66% to seek a one-time 90 extension from the NC. even though 90 is there, we should not ask 90. If at all another 10 days is required, you ask 10 or 15 days. That's all. If at all you are asked 90, then the adjudicating authority may take a decision and a delay will happen. Sir, another 10 days is required, sir. Another 10 days, but a safe side, I'm giving this much, the 15 days time like that. Extension. If resolution cannot meet by day 180, the COC must proactively pass resolution requiring 66 voting share to seek a one-time 90 days extension from the NCLT. Mitigating the value erosion. How to mitigate the value erosion? Strict time management, USP of the code, unique selling proposition. Time management is a USP of the IBC code because the delays often lead to flight of customer, vendors, workers, exponentially reducing the enterprise value. Efficient planning facilitates a going concern sale, which typically yields a better realization than liquidation. So that's why the strict time management is to be followed. And this is a unique selling proposition, USP of the IBC code also. Legal consequences and poor management. If 180 days limit granted, extension 3 is absolute cap is breached without a board approval plan, the adjudicating authority is mandated by Section 3 to initiate liquidation. If the 180 days limit is breached without the COC approved plan is not there, the adjudicating authority mandatorily, he will give the liquidation orders. Best practices during CIRP under IBC are guided by core principles of time-bound resolution, value maximization, balancing stakeholders, as reinforced the specific regulation and key judicial pronouncements. So if you see the judicial pronouncements also, number of pronouncements, they have mentioned all these things. Key best practice regulations with example. 1. Strict adherence to timelines. IBC emphasizes the time-bound process to prevent asset deterioration. Okay. What is the code says? The code and regulation. Section 12 mandates completion of CIRP 180 days, potential one-time extension 90, maximum 330. The IBBI regulation specifies the procedural steps within the time frame, such IRP making public announcement within 3 days of appointment. What is the judicial pronouncements in this regard? In Committee of Creditors, SR Steel Limited versus Satish Kumar Gupta and others, the Supreme Court held 330 days limit is mandatory, though it cannot be extended, and they can be extended in exceptional cases where the delays are not attributed to the litigants. Okay, even 330 days, if at all it is not possible, extend, but the requirement also to be fulfilled. The best practice is the resolution professional and the committee of creditor to proactively manage the process, meet the deadline, utilizing the extensions sparingly only for compelling reasons. Not straight through process, not by default, and sparingly that one. Ethical conduct of the code, next point. Ensuring integrity and transparency, the bills, stakeholders, and legal soundness. Whenever you are doing, the integrity, transparency should be more. If at all transparency is not there, further problems, further litigations will arise. Stakeholders' confidence will lost if at all transparency is not there. And if transparency and integrity is missing, legal soundness will increase. The code regulation. The IBC mandates the appointment of independent and impartial IP who must avoid conflict of interest and maintain confidentiality. Appointment of independent and impartial. He should not support it to one person. All are equal. He should not give much attention on financial creditor or much attention on those who are having above 66% voting right. No. Independent and impartial IP who must avoid conflicts of interest and maintain confidentiality. Regulation 13 of a model bylaws outlines the duties such as acting in good faith and with the utmost integrity. Judicial pronouncements also in this regard. The NCLAT affirmed the resolution professional can replace it if they deliberately avoid placing a replacement agenda before the COC, highlighting the accountability. In number of cases, if the RP is not following the ethics, integrity, and other, particularly independence, then definitely they will remove. NCLAT also given in certain cases. The best practice involves RP disclosing any potential conflicts and COC ensuring the eligibility of the prospective resolution applicant to avoid disqualification under Section 29A. Potential conflicts. Prospective resolution applicant. So transparency is required. If at all any resolution profession not eligible and the RP is also silent in that case and simply given the declaration that I have thoroughly verified all the RPs under 29A, then later on, if at all it was found that RB is negligent in giving that particular the declaration, then it is a problem. Maximization of value of the asset. The primary goal is to revive the corporate data and maximize the value of its assets with liquidation as a last resort. Maximum. So if you're protect the assets by taking remedial measures with the security or servicing the plant and machinery, or if at all it is going concern, no problem. Otherwise, servicing is required. And if at all it is a good condition and working condition, then automatically the value of the asset will increase. Code and regulation. Section 30, subsection 2 and regulation 38 require resolution plan provide for a payment of CIRP cost in priority and minimum payout to operation in line with the liquidation value. Some of the resolution plans, the CVC is finalizing the without any amount to the operational creditor, not even the minimum amount that is mentioned in the valuation, that is a liquidation value, they are not mentioned, then it will be a problem. RP is also required to appoint two registered values to determine the fair and the liquidation value of the corporate data. Judicial pronouncement examples. In cases involving asset sales during liquidation, the Supreme Court has placed a strong emphasis on commercial wisdom, suggesting that business-driven decisions aimed at better realization of value should not be amenable to judicial review unless there is a violation of law. Even though the commercial wisdom vested with the committee of creditors, if they are not following the particular commercial wisdom strong whatever the process and all these things, then automatically the commercial wisdom shield will be broken. The best practices for COC to evaluate a resolution plan based on clear assessment, feasibility, viability, and a track of the resolution applied to maximum value realization. Clear assessment of a feasibility, viability, and a track record of a resolution. Once I am giving that company to another hands, that to prospective resolution applicant, PRA, then the PRA should be the particularly track record should be good. If the track record is not up to the mark, then I should not hand over the company to the other persons who are not safest hand, not safest hand. I should always give the hand over the company to the safest hands. Then only the objective of the particular IBC will achieve. Respecting moratorium. The moratorium period under section 14 provides calm period to focus on resolution without external pressures. That is the facility given. That is the provision given. Because here, lot of comfort is there for the RP. Code and regulation. Section 14 prohibits the initiation and continuation of suits or proceedings against the corporate debtor or alienation of assets. During that time, initiation or continuation of suits or proceedings against corporate or aliens, that is to be stopped. Judicial pronouncements. The Supreme Court clarified moratorium under IBC does not shield directors from criminal liability such as Section 138 of NI Act. So, moratorium is not applicable if at all directors are given checks and checks are bounced under Section 138 to 142 of NI Act 1881, that can be proceeded. There is no moratorium for that fraudulent or this type of check bouncing, etc. A best practice for RP, strictly enforce the moratorium for civil debt recovery actions, but recognize the limits of protection against the regulator or criminal proceeding. So, the resolution professions strictly enforce the moratorium for civil debt recovery actions and recognize the limits of the protection against that particular criminal proceedings. So all these things are there. Okay, only 1 minute, sir. Only 1 minute. Now, coming to adherence to due process, procedural fairness, and legal compliance is a vital for plan to legally binding. What is the due processes? Adherence. The resolution plans approval 66 majority of the votes must comply all requirements of the code and the regulation before NCLT approval. So whatever the decisions that are taken at COC, the strict, the particular voting rights to be followed. Judicial pronouncement, if you see, the Supreme Court of India, Ghanshyam Misra and Sons Private Limited, Edelweiss Asset Reconstruction Company Limited, established a clean slate principle where the approved resolution plan is binding all the stakeholders and results in extinguishment of a prior claim, not part of the plan. So here also in this case particularly, the Ghanshyam Mishra, Sons and Edelweiss asset reconstruction, a clean slate principle where approved resolution plan is binding all stakeholders and results in the extinguishment of prior claims not part of the plan. Then only the resolution applicant will be happy. Otherwise, again, it is a headache for the prospective resolution applicant. This encourages resolution applicants to conduct a thorough due diligence, knowing that the approved plan will provide immunity from past liabilities. Immunity for past liabilities. Transparency in asset valuation. And the accurate valuation is critical for determining the liquidation value and fair value of the data. For that also, the best examples, judicial pronouncements are also there. What the code and regulation mandate the appointment of two registered valuers to determine the value independently. And the best practice example is Binani Cement, the NCLAT president rejecting the plan discriminated against OCs, eventually leading to resolution where creditors recovered 100% of their claim. If at all the resolution plan is paying only to the financial creditor, not to the operational creditor, at least the liquidation amount, then that resolution plan is not approved, the company is going for the shifting to the liquidation. Equitable treatment of stakeholders. Ensure fairness to all the class of creditors, including operational creditor, is essential for integrity of the process. And here also, the code tells section 30 subsection 2 of the OCs are dissenting financial creditors, OCs and dissenting financial creditors, at least amount that would have received in the liquidation. In Swiss Ribbon Private Limited Union India, the Supreme Court held that constitutional validity of the IBC, emphasizing that financial creditor lead the COC, the process must be ensured equitable treatment because the COC is headed by the financial creditor and accordingly they will take their own decisions and thereby the sufferers are the dissenting creditors as well as the operational creditors also. All stakeholders including workers and OCs. Exercise commercial wisdom. The COC is a supreme decision-making body and the best practices involves objective evaluation of the business viability. That's why the business viability decision to be given to the financial creditor, that too in COC. Why? Because financial creditors, whenever they are giving funds to the company, they will do the appraisal process. Even banks also, whenever they are giving loans to the companies, they will do that particular appraisal, the credit appraisal. In the credit appraisal, detailed about the company, about the product manufacturing, and what type of facility they are asking, what is the history, what is the projections, and what is the collateral security they are offering. Next, what is the future projections with regard to the assets, the liabilities, the revenue, the expenditure. After all these things, they will give the decision. Code and regulation. Section 30, subsection 4 empowers COC to approve a resolution plan with a 66% majority. Shashidhar versus Indian Overseas Bank, the Supreme Court ruled the commercial wisdom is non-justiciable. So here, once the commercial decision is given by the COC, no court is to be intervened. If at all any flaws or any wrong things are there in the CIRP process that the wisdom, particular commercial wisdom, is not available to the COC. Neither NCLT nor NCLAT can scrutinize the merits of the COC approved plan unless it violates the law and statutory requirement. Independence and due diligence of the particular resolution profession. RP acts as a bridge between stakeholders and maintain absolute neutrality. And code and regulation. Regulation 3 of IBC requires RP and their partners independent data. Section 25 outlines the duties maintained by the company going concern and inviting resolution plan. Judicial pronouncement, particularly ArcelorMittal India and Satish Kumar Gupta, the court emphasized the RP is not a quasi-judicial. Their role is to verify the compliance and present the plan to the committee of creditors for their commercial judgment. So, RP is only the facilitator and he is providing the information to the COC, the ultimate authority to take the decision whether the X resolution applicant or Y resolution applicant or Z, whichever is the best, that decision is rest with this one. Then adherence of strict guidelines. The primary best practice is completing the process with the statutory period, preventing the asset depletion. For this also, judicial pronouncement is there, and section 12 subsection 1 mandates CIRP completion 180, whatever absolute maximum 330. In COC, SR Steel Limited versus Satish Kumar Gupta, the Supreme Court held that 330 days is mandatory and adjudicating authority can extend in exceptional where litigations are not at fault, and prioritizing the interest of all the stakeholders over mechanical deadline. So now, after tea break, we will discuss about the best practices that are adopted in other countries. So the best practices that are to be adopted in other countries. Is it okay, sir? Shall we take a break for 10 minutes?
Yes, please.
Okay. Sir, now we will discuss about the best practices followed in other countries. What are the best practices? Because we know pretty well the practices that are adopted in our country. At the same time, we should also know about the best practices that are adopted in other countries also. Then you can find out what are the best practices that are there in other countries and how far it is best when compared to our system, IBC system like that. For that, the best practice. Other countries have adopted best practice in CA, corporate insolvency, that focus on debtors in position. Actually, honestly speaking, this is the best one. But at the same time, if at all it is a debtors in control, particularly in control or possession, then they will delay further also. So, but here, the via media that is to be arrived. That is the via media is none other than the PPIR model. The PPIRP model is the best one. The PPIRP model is the best one. But it is not picking up, and some refinement, some publicity, all these things are to be required. So focus on data in position DIP, robust pre-packaged resolution plans, flexible times, and a comprehensive framework of a cross-border insolvency also. In other countries, flexible times are also there. Need not be restricted to 180 or 270 or 330. And it depends upon the case by case. But even the Honorable Supreme Court also, they told there is okay, that is outer boundaries, but it doesn't mean they should not cross that particular time periods. If at all it is inevitable, they have to cross the borders also. Borders means if some companies 330 is above 330 is required, based on the case by case, the adjudicating authority may sanction that one also. That is the Honorable Supreme Court of India guidelines also. These practices, when compared to IBC, Indian IBC, whatever the best practices that are followed in other countries, offer valuable lessons for enhancing the efficiency and maximizing the value preservation. Value preservation to companies' value preservation, that is corporate data's value preservation, depending upon the best practices. So some of the practices adopted in other countries also gives good results, and the company should not suffer with the deadlines and other things. Now, debtor in position and creditor in control. Debtors in position and creditor is in control. That is a PPIR. PPIRP means the debtor will handle his own company and the creditor will control. That is the best model in the resolution process. But here, why debtor in position is the best one? Why? Because some advantages are there. What are the advantages in debtors in position? First and foremost, for the last so many years, the corporate data run the company, and he knows the total system of the particular company, the total stakeholders, whether he may be the employees or he may be the suppliers or he may be the consumers, whoever is there, or the financials, all people, he knows pretty well. He knows pretty well about the process of the business, particularly the manufacturing process of the business. If at all any interruptions are there, how to handle, how to overcome, all these things. But okay, if the same staff is continuing, they will also give advisory services or information to the resolution professional also. But he is the correct person. So here the creditors, and instead of referring the books, referring the information, the other things, and interacting with the people, the instant decisions will be taken by the corporate data only. That's why data position is the best one. And the creditors control. So once the data is operating, earlier nobody is there. Okay, no, nobody is there to oversee the position of the data. So that's why today the PPIRP is the data's position and controlled by the creator, controlled by the creator. In United States of America, Chapter 11, the US Chapter 11 system operates data in position model. The existing management retains the control of a company's operation and assets, continuing to run the business while developing a reorganization plan. So whatever the reorganization plan or a restructuring plan or a resolution plan in India, so the existing management retains control. That is the best one. Operation and assets continue to run business while developing the reorganization plan, like a resolution plan. That is best. But here, the creditors control is also required. The underlying belief that management is the best suited to facilitate rapid reorganization, given the intimate knowledge of the business. He is the person who is having the knowledge about the company. He is not having the knowledge about the company. So that's why he is the right person. So the debtors in possession, DIP, is the best alternative. But in India, creditors in possession, and in other countries, debtors is in possession and creditors in control. Creditors will control overall, but the company will be run. That is even in CIRP also, this gives good results. But in our system, that is not there. And this approach aimed to maintain the business continuity is there, potentially enhances the chances of a successful revival. So once the company taken over by the resolution professional, immediately within no time, instantly he may not aware of what is what in that particular company, he may not aware. Thereby some damage will happen, particularly in petrochemical industries. If at all the production is stopped, then automatically lot of the plant and machinery, the repairs and other things are to be made. So that's why the debtors in position and the creditors in control is the best one. Best one. Whereas in India, particularly, the IBC is a primarily creditors in control model where IP takes over the control of the corporate data's management and operation upon the commencement of the CIRP. The powers of the board of directors are suspended. So this is the difference between USA, the chapter 11 of that particular IBC, that resolution practices, the debtors in control and the debtors in position and creditors in control. And a pre-packed insolvency resolution, pre-packs, it is also there in developed countries long back. That's why this is copied in India also. This is one of the best model, but the financial creditors are not come forward to accept the base resolution plan. If at all the financial creditors are accepted the base resolution plan, PPIRP is the best the product, particularly for MSME units. But this PPIRP is also there in other countries. Goal practice. Many jurisdictions, particularly UK, have successfully implemented PPREC insolvency. Why it is not moving forward in the country, in India? That is to be verified and appraised by our the IBBA, the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. Why it is successful in UK? Why it is not picking up? Max to max 7 cases are filed under PPIRP where they across the country in all NCLTs. In this approach, the CD and the creditors negotiate a resolution plan before formally entering the resolution process, which is then quickly approved by the court. So in this approach, particularly the corporate debtor and the creditors negotiate a resolution plan. That is best. Today, why CIRP was introduced? Why IRP, particularly IBC was introduced? Because in the earlier resolution process, whatever is there, either SURFACE or debt recovery tribunal or other mechanisms not giving good results, the delay process is happening. But in CIRP, the delay process is completely reduced. So in this approach, the corporate debtor and creditors negotiate a resolution plan before formally entering the insolvency process, which is then quickly approved by the court. And this results in significantly faster and more cost-effective resolution, preserving more value. At the same time, the corporate debtor, he is manufacturing, he is doing the business, and the funds are also the control, how the funds are coming and resolution profession. So that's why this is successful in UK. Why it is not picking up in India? That is to be verified by the regulator. This results significantly faster and more cost-effective resolution, preserving more value. Whereas in India has introduced a pre-pack resolution for MSME in 2021. However, its adoption is limited due to various factors. What are the factors? Why it is this adoption? Whether it is the information, the information is not reached to the corporate debtor or not, that is to be verified through research by the IBBI. Expanding this program with the necessary modification, potentially a creditor-led out-of-court version, a key area for development. Expanding this framework with the necessary modifications that are required, potentially a creditor-led out-of-court version is a key area for development. Flexible time-bound timelines, and flexible and the versus the time-bound lines. In India, the fixed times are there. Flexible is not there. Time-bound timelines are there. 180, 270, and 330. But in developed other countries, the flexible timings are there. It varies from company to company based on the company manufacturing process, number of stakeholders, and the size of the company. All these things are there. In US, Chapter 11 offers more flexible times for developing a reorganization plan, that is a repayment plan, and which allows the complex restructuring, but can sometimes lead to prolonged uncertainty. Sometimes led to prolonged uncertainty also. Uncertainty is also there. So once the time is given, whether the corporate debtor will complete that process within the time schedule or not, that is also a question mark. If at all this is handled by the professions, once the time is flexibility is there, then there is no end at all. Everybody will drag on that particular, thereby the IBC, the CIRP process is number of companies, the CIRP process is on, not close. But stipulated timelines, that is also best method. The 180 or 270 or 330 is the best method when compared to the chapter 11 of the USA. UK. The UK framework also provided greater flexibility. But in India, there is no flexibility. The stipulated times are there. In restructuring, compared to India's strict deadlines. So, why it is successful? What is the reason? What are the, other than the flexibility, what are the reasons contributing for success of the CIRP process in other countries vis-a-vis in India? So in India, everybody knows about this one. The IBC mandates a strict 330-day timeline for completion of CIRP to prevent value erosion and a strong push towards liquidation if deadlines is missed. So in India, this is a practice. This emphasis on speed has its advantage in ensuring finality, but can sometimes hinder. Only 1 minute, sir. So this is one way our timelines are best when compared to other countries. Because this emphasizes speedy and advantages finality, but can sometimes hinder complex value maximizing negotiations. But one thing, higher in the other countries, two factors are contributing. One is a data control. Second one is timelines. Once it is a data in control is there, the company, definitely timelines will not be a problem. Why? Because the company is continuing value maximization is possible. But here in India, it is not Creta's position. Creta's not that much effective to run the company when compared to the other countries. So here the stipulations of the 180 is or extension 270 or 330 is the best model. This is the best model because here flexibility should not be there. If a flexibility is there, if a data control is there, there is no problem. No problem. Cross-border insolvency. Today, every economy is open economy. And exports and imports, multinational companies are increasing. And the external commercial borrowings, inward remittances, or foreign direct investments are also increasing. And investors are also, other countries' investors, they wish to open their the subsidiaries or the companies or the branches within in our country. In this scenario, cross-border insolvency is a must. Because some countries, on account of cross-border insolvency, the rank of the IBC, the ease of doing business, is a good rank. But ours is 63 rank. But ours is a 63 rank. So the cross-border insolvency framework of other countries, they good because they have implemented long back. That's why their rank is a good rank and easy of doing business is also good. Global practice. Countries like US, UK have adopted unilateral model law on cross-border insolvency. But this is not adopted in our country, which provides a standard framework for international cooperation. access for foreign representative to domestic courts and a recognition of foreign proceedings. So this is a good one. Why? Because global practices is countries like US and UK have adopted unilateral model law for cross-border insolvency, which provides a standardized framework for international cooperation and access of foreign representative to domestic courts and recognition of a foreign proceeding. This facilitates smoother handling of cases involving assets and creditor in multiple jurisdictions. Because today, almost 50% of the companies, their foreign direct investment or external commercial borrowings are more. And even in India also, other countries, they are investing a lot in our companies or they are starting the new ventures, etc., etc. In this scenario, this cross-border insolvency is must. But in India, what has happened? India currently lacks comprehensive framework of cross-border insolvency, relying on bilateral agreements, which are not always sufficient. Bilateral agreement, it is not sufficient for easy of doing business. For easy of doing business, bilateral agreements are not sufficient. But unilateral law, where it is adopted in USA and UK, that is the best model. So adoption of unilateral law model law has been recommended by the Insolvency Law Committee and the key area for future reform to build investors' confidence. To build the investor confidence. Role and expertise of professionals. The professionals' role and expertise. So when compared to the USA or UK, the professionalism is the skills all are good when compared to the professions that are there in India for IBC cases handling. So in other countries, it is a good post and a respectable post, and a lot of recognition is also there. But in India, it is evolving, and slowly it is evolving. In due course, our people will also get due recognition for the insolvency profession. Global practice. Effective insolvency regime emphasize strong professional and well-trained insolvency practitioners. Here, most of the people, our people are having good knowledge about the code, about the regulation, about the supplementary acts that are relevant to the IBC. But in other countries, the regime strong and professional, well-trained insolvency professionals are there. Not only that one, they are able to, they are capable of handling the companies in a better manner when compared to our people. Suppose if at all any pharma company is to be handled by me, I am not aware of the process. I am not aware of the clients and turn the page, learn the work. That type of system is there. Turn the page, learn the work. So I have to contact the people, and in the meantime, whatever the important time is there, all will lost. So effective insolvency resilience emphasizing strong professional and well-trained insolvency practitioners who play a crucial role in managing the distressed company and guiding the process. That much skills are required to handle our IBC cases or CIRP cases. Market-based competition structure tied with outcomes of attractive, experienced profession and aligned with incentive with value maximization. This system is not there in our country. If at all the person is capable or caliber, definitely his name is on the top. Definitely every financial creator, he will interact with the people. And not only that one, value maximization. If at all he is doing the value maximization, he will get additional incentive also. But that type of structures is not there in our country. But today, one more facility is there. If at all he is completed the IBC within the stipulated time, the COC can recommend for some additional amount through resolution plan to the resolution profession. That type of the incentive is there to the resolution professional in India. But that is not suffice, but a value maximization and if at all he is an experience, he is take for example today also in the law, he is an income tax expert, or he is an expert in criminal law, or he is an expert in companies law like that. But here also the IBC cases, experts are required. Experts are required. Once this type of incentives are introduced, definitely the expertise will increase. In India, IBC, IBBI has taking steps to train and regulate the IPs through workshops and continuous education programs. So even India also, the IBBI taking lot of measures to train the people to regulate the IPs through workshops and a continuing education program. However, the need for more diverse skills set in corporate finance, law, industrial knowledge, market driven competition structures remains a point of focus for improvement. That is required. That is required. So, the particularly the diverse skills are required for the today class is also the pre, the during, the post. Why I am discussing to enhance the knowledge. So initially I talked with the time management and planning. And industrial knowledge is also required. Earlier, the ICSI, IIP, they have conducted the sector-wise the CIRP. Particularly, they have conducted real estate one, pharma another one, and the power project also there. Power project. So, if this type of the expertise is like they there, definitely some good results will happen. So those who are handled the hotel industry, those who are handled the power sector, those who are handled the textile industry, those who are handled the infrastructure, those who are handled the real estate, if they are taken the classes for sector wise also some good results, and they will tell about the process and all these things. Today, that type of skills are very much required. Otherwise, if at all they have given the pharma industry or real estate industry, if I don't know the ABC of pharma or ABC of real estate, then it will be a problem. However, the need for more diverse skill set in corporate finance, law, corporate financiers. That's why the IPs, they should know. Some of the people, they may not have the banking knowledge. Banking knowledge means how to get the funds and what is meant by non-performing asset. A simple information they may acquire, but a detailed information is also required about whenever the banks are giving a loan, what type of process they will do, and how the NPA will, the standard asset will turn into NPA. After what timelines? All these things, if at all they are having good knowledge, and how the company will mobilize the bonds or debentures, and who is a debenture trustee. If this type of knowledge is also required for the insolvency professionals. Not only this one, law is also there. Today, some of the people, they, for examination point of view, they are having some knowledge, but a detailed knowledge is required. Companies Act, full thorough is required. Partnership Act, thorough knowledge, they particularly LLP, limited liability partnership, thorough knowledge is required. Registration Act, thorough knowledge is required. Stamp Act, thorough knowledge is required. Limitation Act, thorough knowledge is required. Transfer of property, thorough knowledge is required. And Contract Act, if all the Sale of Goods Act, if at all they are having a law related subjects also, then further skills will increase to the insolvency. But in other countries, he is a all-rounder. He is a all-rounder. Not only the IBC knowledge, but also corporate finance, and also the law and industrial knowledge and market-driven competition structures. That is also there. So that's why they are all-rounders and point of focus for improvement. So once they have started that particular the handle the case, definitely they will do some good thing or miracles and quickly they will complete. In 2026, global best practices in CIRP on maximum value, ensuring the creditors control and establish a clear and time-bound legal frameworks. Definitely in the 2026, this will happen. Many jurisdictions, including India, via recent 25-26 amendments are increasingly aligned with the unilateral model law to manage the complex cross-border group insolvency. Even IBPA also, earlier they have conducted number of seminars or webinars on cross-border insolvency. I also attended one IBPA on behalf of one IPA. So there detailed knowledge over a period of time, if at all they are conducting like that, and if that the cross-border insolvency was introduced, then the first and foremost, the ease of doing business rank will increase, a good rank will get. Not only that one, and definitely the investments in the country will also increase. Why? Because the investors, particularly the foreign investors, they are always looking for whether the cross-border insolvency is available in the country or not. Rescue culture, reorganization priority. Rescue culture. What is a rescue culture? Best practices emphasize reorganization over immediate liquidation to preserve enterprise value, jobs, and a supply relationship. So, over immediate reorganization is preferable. Even in India, also, liquidation is a last resort. CIR resolution plan only. In the developed countries, also, the best practice emphasized is the reorganization over immediate liquidation to preserve the enterprise value, jobs, and suppliers relationship. And the USA, Chapter 11, data's position model, allowing the current management to retain the control while restructuring under control supervision. This is the best model. And a global standard, recovery rates are significantly higher. That is the global standards are also there. In economies where reorganization is a primary in-court proceeding. In economies, particularly in global, recovery rates are significantly higher. But in India also, the recovery rate when compared to the before CIRP, before IBC, whatever the recovery and present recovery, the recovery rate is also increased. The recovery rate is also increased. Where reorganization is primarily in court proceedings. Rational for various global standard practice. Why they have adopted like that? What is the rationale for that? What is the rationale for global best practices? Out of court and hybrid mechanisms. Out of court and hybrid mechanism. So once a court mechanism, yesterday I discussed yesterday and day before yesterday also. I discussed and I concentrated on mostly on pre-CIRP. Why I have covered pre-CIRP? Because to minimize judicial intervention. Because today the NCLTs are also busy with the Normal Companies Act cases, 2013 Normal Companies Act. In addition to that, they have to handle the IBC cases also. If at all there is a separate courts are there for Companies Act, for IBC, then the fast movement of IBC cases will happen. But what is happening? Both the Companies Act as well as the the IBC also handling by the NCLTs, which is a burden to them. With adequate staff is not available in certain cases. Whenever we are interacting with the registrars also, they clearly told adequate staff is not available. Technology platform is not up to the mark. They are depending on the government initiation technology. To reduce the judicial burden and the speed of resolution, leading economists use a informal statement that later receive the statutory approval. So, once out of the court is there, later on statutory approval, the pre-IRP is also that model on. First, the base resolution plan. If at all debtor and creditor is finalized, then only the application to be submitted to the adjudicating authority. So, to reduce the judicial burden and speed up the resolution, leading economists use informal settlements and that later received statutory resolution. Singapore and UK, the scheme of arrangement, which allows company to reach agreement with the creditors outside the formal insolvency. Scheme of arrangement. The scheme of arrangement is in India also, the restructuring is nothing but a scheme of arrangement. The scheme of arrangement. Only 1 minute, sir. Only 1 minute. That scheme of arrangement, even in India also, restructuring facility is there for companies. Corporate debt restructuring is not there. Normal restructuring is there. So, utilize the scheme of arrangement which allow companies to reach agreements with the creditor outside the formal insolvency. Pre-pack in India's 2021 introduction. Pre-packaged insolvency for MSME mimics global trends where base resolution plan is prepared before formal admission. Before formal admission. So, all these things are there. Why? For quick resolution and maximum value and the maximization of value and satisfy all the stakeholders in the system. Stakeholders in the system. Cross-border insolvency framework. Actually, once this is introduced, our people will also get some best practices by going there, and or those people are coming here, and the judiciary authority also, they are evaluating the first cross-border insolvency in India without any legal framework, that is Jet Airways. That is Jet Airways. Okay, the rules, the regulations are only code in the code also. the section is to be expanded, then it is gives good results. Because once our people are going there to argue our cases, or those people are coming here to argue their cases, definitely the knowledge transmission is also possible. Knowledge transmission is also possible. With the rise of multinational corporations, best practices involve adopting unilateral model law on cross-border insolvency. Multinational corporations. Today, most of the countries, their industries are not depending on domestic finance, the foreign finance, external finance. In that case, once the investors of other countries are investing, definitely, if the company is running well, no problem. But the probability also are there. Sometimes it may lead problem also. Once the cross-border insolvency, the regulations or in the code elaborative is there, definitely they will be benefited. Recognition of foreign proceedings, streamline the procedures, allow local courts to recognize orders from foreign jurisdictions. Foreign jurisdictions like US or European Union, avoiding duplicative proceedings. And coordination mechanisms are also required. Courts and practitioners in different countries engage in joint hearing and information sharing to manage the assets spread across the borders. So this is inevitable because even India, most of the states, they are going to other countries and they are inviting their investors to our country to start their businesses. In such a scenario, if the cross-border insolvency is there, definitely it will not only boost the foreign direct investment or external commercial borrowings to our kind of companies, but also our professionals while interacting with the other foreign courts, definitely the knowledge levels, the knowledge sharing, and the judiciary system is also, they will gain some expertise in this area. Creator empowerment and oversight. What is the creator empowerment? International standards promote active creators participation to ensure transparency and accountability. International standards promote active creators participation. Even today, the COC, some of the COC, simply they are attending the meeting. Only one or two resolutions they will pass. But in developed countries, the COC will ask the resolution plan professions why it is delayed, what is the reasons, still how many to be completed, when you are going to complete, and why not before 180 days, why you are asking extension. This type of questions the COC is rising in other countries. But in India, the COC is not doing this type of this. So to activate the resolution professionals, first of all, the COC should be active. Once the COC active, automatically the resolution IRP or RP, they will also become active. So Committee of Creators, as of 2026, several other jurisdictions, the COC holds central decision-making power, including right to select the insolvency and approve the asset sales. Once the COC selects, the financial creditor selects the RP should rise to that occasion. And the enforceable code, newer regulations as of recommended in India by 2024 aim to create enforceable standards for COC to prevent individual creditor from prioritizing their interest over the collective group. So this is also, code is also required. Today, the COC is not having the code. Even though the COC is having the positive points, that the commercial wisdom and all these things are there, but they don't have this one. That's why this is also very much required. And the specialized professions and technology. Today, the best practice is the digital resolution professionals. Digital resolution professionals are required because of technology, the total process information driven, the information is available in various sources or servers. Sources or servers. Okay, sir, 1 minute. So the professionals, the specialized professionals are required, and the technology adoption is also required. Today, if you adopt the technology and acquire the specialized knowledge, definitely there is a space in the particular market to you also. What are the specialized professions and technology? Use highly trained professionals. AI driven tools become the standard in 2026. So even government is also taken the initiatives of artificial intelligence. So you need not worry about how the funds are diverted by the particular corporate data, or if at all AI driven tools are available, it is very, very, very easy for you in the coming days, particularly in 2026. These technology driven tools definitely it supports the particular resolution profession. Not only that one, verification of 29A. 29A verification. So whatever the prospective resolution applicants are there, today 100% accuracy is not there. Why? Because data is spread across various servers. Whether this 29A is applicable to him or not, verification is. Even though some of the RPs, they are giving a declaration that I have verified, but full-fledged verification is not possible on account of various reasons, particularly professionalization. Countries like UK, Canada, Australia have long established professional bodies for insolvency practitioner, a model India has adopted through IBPI. Actually, here, if you see the UK or Canada or Australia, long established professional bodies, particularly in the insolvency, what best practices they are following? Why not imbibe that one in our country? And AI and data analytics, artificial intelligence, data analytics for puff transactions, data analytics or AI driven tools are very useful. Not only that one, 29-way verification also. So these are the two, not only that one, even valuation also. So these are the three important areas: valuation, 29 verification, PUFE, puff transaction. If these three are completed, then the CIRP process is very easy. Other than that, the CIRP is nothing. And the preparation of the balance sheets. If at all the company is in particularly the companies are not preparing the balance sheet for 2 or 3 years, and today it is very easy to prepare also with the help of technology also. So in the coming days, then the AI tools and the information technology definitely gives us some comfort or leverage to the insolvency profession. Advanced systems are now used to predict defaults, claims verification. One is important is claims verification. Second one is particularly the puff transaction. Third one is verification of a 29A. Fourth one is valuation. These are the four important areas of the IBC. These four areas it is possible through the AI and data analytics. Advanced systems are now used for predicting defaults, identifying preferential transactions, and automating routine tasks during the resolution process. Resolution process, strict timelines, and automatic stays. Automatic stays. Automatic stay moratorium. Upon filing, immediate stay halts collection actions, repositions, lawsuits, breathing time for the data to formulate the plan. Mandatory timelines, that is. But in India, 330 is there. But in USA or Singapore, that is a maximum period the IBC completed either 8 months or max to max 1 year. Max to max 1 year. No question of extension. So the mandatory timeless, while India 330-day limit is there, leading jurisdiction like Singapore and US often achieve the resolution in roughly either 8 months or 1 year or 1 year. How to overcome the challenges? Challenges are inevitable. It is a very difficult for us. So whatever I have given, particularly so far I have discussed, that is that during the CIRP process only. So that during CIRP process, lot of challenges are there, and the challenges are to be overcome. Then only the success rate will increase. Sir, any discussion or any clarification, sir? Hello? Hello? Any discussion from your side? Clarifications? Am I audible, sir? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Any discussions? Any clarifications?
Sir, good evening. Sir, I am Vanita Agarwal. I am IP from based at Noida, Delhi
Voice
NCR.
is not.
Sir, am I
Hello?
audible now?
No, 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 man.
No, not. Am I not clear?
Not clear, not clear.
Sir, now?
No, madam.
Okay, sir. Then I will just take your mail ID and post my query with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, others, please talk, sir. Others. One person. Hello. My voice is audible?
Audible, sir.
Your voice is also audible to me. Madam voice. Okay. I will put particularly my email address, CMA. This is my email address. And tomorrow and the day after tomorrow also, we will discuss about during CIRP process, and post CIRP one more class is there. So actually,
Sir, are we going to take liquidation also?
no, not liquidation, madam. Only CIRP process only. CIRP, whatever the best practices are there. Actually, here the best practices, particularly, we have to copy from others also. Some of the professions, they are following the best practices. One example I am quoting here. Even when I in the bank, particularly my bank is State Bank of India, some of the legal experts or advocates empaneled with the bank, they disposed of the case at the earliest. Very few people, on account of various reasons, that is delayed. Once the case is disposed early, then we use it to give additional cases to that particular advocate. Here also, during CIRP, if at all they follow the best practices, definitely the financial creditors will prefer you only, not the others. Here, it is not a rocket science. Only the technicalities are also not there in CIRP process. It is a transparent, it is a clear, and from time to time, whatever the regulations changes are there, all regulation changes are mentioned in the reg. And you have to go through once or twice. And judicial pronouncements also gives us some good results for improving your skills. Improving your skills. Even today also, whether it is in High Court or a District Court or Honorable Supreme Court of India, these lawyers are experts. Once they handle the case, they at the earliest, one solution will come. Like that, the brand image is also there. But in IBC also, that is not a difficult task. But here, the planning is required. The time management is required. The managing and the strategic thinking is required. The total process should be under your control. The corporate editor, whatever the functions earlier, how he has done, and what are the various line functions in the any organization. Particularly, if you take any organization, the line functions are functional organization. What is a functional organization? Once the company is there, under CEO, Chief Executive Officer, the first one is the production department. You should have the knowledge about the production. If at all you are going for pharma, and pharma, what is the pharma, what is the input, what is the process, what is the output, what is the input, who are the suppliers, what is the output, who are the customers. For every business entity, input, process, output is there. Before input, suppliers are there. After output, customers are there. This is a common process. But actually, earlier I have given a lecture on the pharma. Because being a banker, whenever the pharma companies are approaching us, unless until we know the minute level of the process and what are the cost of operations, who are the suppliers, who are the customers, and how many players are there in the market, what is the demand and the supply gap, and what is the market share of this product, whether the proper licenses are there or not, and who is the promoters, what is their background, and how they are projecting the sales. All these things, if I know and the financials are strong, then only I use it to process the loan and sanctions the loan. Otherwise, if at all I am in a dark, no process, no sanction. In the similar manner, what I told is, even in CIRP, whatever the industry is there, Input, process, output. But input before the suppliers, the output is the customers. So if this process, if you know, definitely, anyhow, the production department is a one line function. The next function is the finance function. The production function head is there. The finance function head is also there. Next function is the administrative function. Administrative function, they will total administrative control of the company. Third, fourth function is HR function. They will recruit the manpower and all these things. The next function, important function, is a marketing function. If you take any organization, these five functions are there. If at all you are appointed as an IRP or RP, you have to control these five functions. You have to interact with the production. You have to interact with the finance. You have to interact with the administration. You have to interact with the marketing department. And if whatever over a period of time, you will acquire the knowledge. Why in developed countries the resolution professions are strong? Industry specific experts are there. Today also, whenever the banks are giving advertisement for expression of interest, calling applications for handling the cases of a CIRP, they will mention the professional should have the knowledge of the real estate or knowledge of the pharma or the knowledge of the power sector. Why they are asking? Because here the IBC code is only 252 or 256 sections. Rules and regulations are they defined. Once I know the code as well as the regulations, then a total IBC is in my hand. But I should have the knowledge about the specific sector. Once I have the knowledge about the specific sector, then it is very, very easy for me to handle that sector. Otherwise, once you are going inside the company, then automatically, if you don't, before that only, if pharma is there, if that particular product, what the products they are manufacturing, through website also it is very easy to locate. Website also it is very easy. Through corporate website, if you access what type of products they are manufacturing, next which where it is a demand and what purpose the products are manufacturing for curing which diseases. If you get that first hand information, then enter into that particular the industry, definitely lot of comfort will be there. But beyond all these things, my countdown started. Countdown started means 180 days, day one. Day 2, 179. Day 3, 178. If a countdown starts, I should complete at the earliest. I should not take that 180 days. If at all 30 days completed, no problem. Or 45 days. If at all before going for advanced stage, if at all a compromise is there, or corporate data are willing to compromise with the particular financial creditor, before expression of interest, the compromise, if at all agreed, 90% of voting rights are there, then I can finalize that compromise and settle the case. So here, the command, the grip, the planning, the time management, following the code, regulations, satisfying all the people. I should not leave any person, whether he may be the employee, whether he may be the worker, or whether he may be the key managerial person, or whether he may be the operational creator, or whether he may be the customer. I should not leave any person. Then only the knowledge will enhance. The best practices means that is within your hand. That's why CIRP handling is it is a science as well as art also. Science means the code, the regulation, the rules, the judicial pronouncement is a science. The art means how you are handling the case, how you are handling the case, what strategies you are adopting. I told about a project plan, the project, every project we are using the PET and CPM. What is a PET? Some activities I should not wait up to that one. I should complete that particular task within the time schedule. All these things are very, very important. Then you will become the number one. You will become the expert in this IBC. That is not a great thing. That is not the rocket science. Managerial experience. That's why for LI examination, how many years they are asking? 15 years managerial experience. That managerial experience, if you apply that particular skills in CIRP also, good results will happen. Anyhow, the rest of the particular matter, tomorrow also I will discuss how to overcome the challenges, particularly that what is the challenge and what are the challenges, each and every challenge, how to overcome. All these things I will discuss tomorrow. And thank you very much for
Thank you, sir.
your kind and patience listening.
So one
And
small question, sir.
tell me, sir.
Can I ask you?
Tell me, sir.
Sir, has personal insolvency for normal
Thank you
people
very much,
started,
sir,
or only it is only for
for
personal
giving us
character?
the time and sharing your
Some more
feelings on the
interaction.
topic.
Sir, tell
The
me, sir.
session was very wonderful, and thank you all the
Has personal
participants.
insolvency, ordinary personal insolvency commenced, or it is only in the case of
No,
personal?
no, sir. So far, it was not commenced. Actually, the personal insolvency means individuals, partnership, or sole traders. These not at release. The adjudicating authority for these three is
एक
DRT
बार
and
assignment के
DREAT.
अलावा बाकी कंप्लाइंस उसके देख दिया वो तो उसके कंप्लीट है एक AFL नहीं फीस पे नहीं है बाकी असाइनमेंट से रिलेटेड अभी देखेंगे
Ah,
अभी मैंने बाकी कंप्लाइंस देखे हैं वो कंप्लीट है
Sir, this personal insolvency not at release. Actually, during on account of a pandemic COVID-19, the economy faced a lot of problem. So on account of the problem only, it was delayed. And once the economy is activated, definitely the personal or personal insolvency will introduced by the government of India. Today, if at all it is introduced, then some problems will arise. Because if all cases are filed with DRT and other things, that some problem for economic growth, some problem for unemployment, some problem in bank and financial institutions, all these things are arise. That's why they hold that one for the time being. Actually, if economy is growing in a smooth manner, definitely by this time, personal insolvency. If a personal insolvency is introduced, number of insolvency professional requirement will be more. Take for example, today we are only handling LLP and Companies Act cases only. Those companies which are they registered under LLP Act or Companies Act with ROC and partnership companies, n number of partnership companies are there with the banks and sole traders. Sole traders means individuals. They are also taken loan crores of rupees individuals. So these cases are also once introduced, some problem will be there. That's why they are deferring that one. It will release at any time, that is next year or last quarter of this year also.
Thank you.
Possibility and probability is there. Are
Thank
you getting my point, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
So tomorrow we will meet, sir. Thank you very much. And tomorrow we will meet at 2 to 5, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Madam, I'm closing, madam.
Okay, thank you very much, sir,
Hmm.
for giving your valuable time and sharing your experience. And the session was very nice.
Hmm.
Now we will having session tomorrow at same time 2 to 5 p.m.
Yes, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.